Season 33, War 9. We are rematching TCN today, starting out on this Powersnacks Peni. I just recently took my Spidey to 200 sig. I finished my Karina challenges, so I'm going to go for the ruptures in this fight a lot more than I normally do. I'm going to build them up because at 200 sig, they have an 80% chance to stay applied when you get a rupture burst for that burst damage. And I'm actually going to end up seeing a lot of burst damage in this fight. Now right there, she had one Spider Sense charge. That is an 8% chance to auto block, and she got it. That is War RNG at its finest. I did not expect to get retaliated with that special one or to get auto blocked there. But I've dropped her Sync Shield now, and from this point on, it's going to be burst damage, SP2, fight's over. Backup recovery trigger, she gets no power. We get some more burst damage, special 2. Have a good one. Moving into section 2, I'm going to be taking path 7. I have a Heimdall for the first fight. It was originally assigned with Spidey 99. I saw some issues with it. I brought them up. It was suggested that maybe I drop Mr. F and bring Red Mags instead, but I had already worked out a plan for how I was going to take the fight with Spidey, so I declined that, and Red Mags was probably the safer option. I did come up with a strategy to use Spidey, and I do feel like it could work. I'm going to run into some issues in this fight, though, and I'm also going to make a lot of mistakes, and I'm also going to have some natural game control, whatever you want to call it. So, when I hit him for the 7th time, after this fight is started, it is going to push his passive armors past the 100 counter. That is going to give him an armor buff, which could trigger unstoppable armor. But Spidey at 200 sig with a wither on the opponent gains an increase of 25% to combat power rate. So I worked it out, and I realized that I could power start 1 and get to an SP3 before I pushed him over that barrier, or right about the same time. So my wither has dropped off at this point. I was hoping to keep it up. Now I am trying to pause my slow. It doesn't want to pause. I finally get a pause there, but it's pretty much over. I'm making mistakes now. I should not be throwing heavies at this point because the node has rise to power on it, so every time I knock him down, a 4-second timer starts, and during that timer, anytime he makes contact with me, he gets 30% of a bar of power. I'm going to make that heavy mistake for the rest of this fight, and that's going to contribute to him having so much power for the rest of it. There's going to be 2 occasions where I get caught on dashbacks, and it pushes him past 2 bars of power. And then there's going to be, I think, a total of 4 occasions where I get caught on dashbacks in total. 2 of those 4 are going to give him 2 bars of power. So, right here, I've reset it. I got a slow back. I'm trying to bait out a special 1. I could still pull this fight back at this point. If I bait out this special 1 and then I parry him and combo him, work my way back to a special 2, this fight's mine. But instead, I throw another heavy. Shouldn't have done that. So here, I actually parry and combo. That's what I should have done from the start. Now I'm trying to bait out a special 1. Gonna get caught dashing back there. Again, gonna get caught dashing back. Now he has 2 bars of power. You can't dex or evade his special 2. It's part of his abilities. He gets True Strike when he throws it, and you have to take it to the face. So I understand that, and I'm trying not to let myself get backed in the corner while I bait it out. I fully expect that I'm gonna get hit by it. I know it's gonna deal less damage. So here it comes. I'm ready for it. There's nothing I can do. Right here, should have dropped my special 2. Still have my slow up, would have given me a wither, would have allowed me to be in the exact position that I wanted to be in after that first special 3, where I have a wither and I have a slow. But instead I go for the heavy dex in the corner. His heavy is my kryptonite, by the way. It pushes me to a special 3, so I have to throw it. I get another slow up. Now, he's over 2 bars of power. I know that this is going to hit me in the face as well. Playing a nice little game of whack fuck with him at this point. He whacks me, I whack him. We both say fuck. It's fun. So, get hit with that. Here, I throw another heavy. If I had stopped throwing heavies after my wither dropped off, I would not have had so much power issues that I did. Get caught on a dash back there, pushes him to a special 2, get hit with it inevitably, come out of it. I'm going to throw this special 2 as a last-ditch effort, and then I'm going to get hit with a heavy in open field of the map. I'm going to go back in. This fight's going to go down nice and smooth. It's going to work out exactly the way that I wanted it to the second time that I take it. So, definitely had control issues in this game. The game updated over the night. I checked to make sure that the beta system was not active before I went into this fight. The control issues were not the reason I died. I made mistakes. I definitely could have pulled that fight back in multiple different occasions, but I just didn't. In the moment, I did not see the proper thing to do at the time, and that cost me the fight. The control issues, definitely a part that shouldn't be there, though. Probably would have had more of a chance to salvage things health-wise, considering on 2 occasions getting caught on dashbacks, push him to a special 2, which inevitably forces you to be stunned and take more damage, yada, 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 all that fun stuff. Either way, death is a death. It was my mistake. I do think my strategy could have worked, though. But you live and you learn, right? So moving on, I have this Ebony Maw on Kinetic and Aspect of Evolution. At this point, I'm playing angry. I'm not going to let this dude get a special, throw a special. And I'm going to kill him in about 37 seconds. So I'm going to play the normal dash back, parry, heavy style that I play. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to be as worried about dashing back and pausing my stuff. I'm just going to be more aggressive in the fight overall and take the fight to him. Normally, I think this would probably be about a minute fight for me. If I went back and watched my videos, I feel like that's what I would find. So I'm definitely playing aggressive and a little bit angry because I'm mad that I died to that Heimdall. I dropped this special 2. It's going to chunk him nice and good. He has a bar of power. I'm going to reparry, which is going to drain him and not let him have the ability to throw it. And then we're going to wrap him up here. Moving into section 3, I'm going to be taking the Mangog on 54. I'm not going to let this guy throw a special either. And this is going to be the fastest Mangog fight that I've ever done here. So I have a Mr. F pre-fight on this one, just like I did on the Maw fight. And I'm going to do it the same way that I always do. I'm going to parry heavy, refresh the Mr. F, get ourselves an exhaustion from our own abilities, get some nice power control in, walk in the line with that global there. Now I'm going to drop my special 2 here. It's going to refresh the Mr. F. It's going to push him over a bar of power, but I have enough debuffs that I'm reversing his power gain now, and he's not going to get above a bar of power again for the rest of this fight. I hit him there while he's unstoppable. That was me playing aggressive. Going to knock him down here, get another exhaustion, and refresh the Mr. F, and he's going to stay underneath that bar of power until I kill him. This special 2 is going to wrap him up. It's going to be a 47-second Mangog fight here. It's probably how I should do that Maw and Mangog fight every time, to be honest. So I did that fight so fast that I was able to change my masteries and put suicides on and get into this boss fight while my Power Start 1 was still active. So that was pretty cool. If it had dropped off, I don't think I would have applied another one for this fight because the damage resistance or reduction that you get on this node because of Spidey is so great that I felt like I could just eat some face shots if I had to, getting up to a special 3. I felt like it would be a waste of a Power Start 1 if I had to apply another one. So the strategy for this fight is work my way to my special 3, get a slow up from it, and then through baiting his special 1 and dexing it / eating it with my face, I'm going to pause that slow, and I'm going to work myself back up to my special 2. The reason I say that is because I am going to eat so many special ones in this fight, as well as dex so many special ones in this fight from all areas of the map that I can't figure out where it is I like to dex it or eat it more. I thought that I would prefer to do it from this range right here, but I get hit there. And there are other times where I'm going to dex it perfectly there, and then there's going to be times where I eat it fully far away and dex it fully far away. I wasn't really worried about it. I know that his special one isn't really punishing. And I definitely didn't want to push him to a special 2. I've seen a video of a guy fighting a Nimrod boss with Spidey, and he goes to dex the special 2. He messes up the dex, gets hit by it, and gets absolutely banana fuck melted by the shocks, even at 75% damage reduction, which is just scary. So, wasn't going to push him to a special 2 for the life of me. And yeah, that's pretty much the fight. I'm going to keep pausing my slow naturally, just baiting that special 1, and he is super special 1 happy, so I'm just going to let him do his thing. And I'm going to wrap up this fight, I think around 75%, 80% health, because I'm taking it with the brute force link on, and I'm also eating a lot of face shots. So it's going to contribute to the damage, but we're doing it that way because we want to drop the global, make the rest of the board easier, safer to clear. So right here, I'm going to drop my special 2. It's going to chunk like 25%, I think, off the boss node. That's some pretty big boy damage. I think that's probably somewhere in the vicinity of like 120, 125k damage. Somewhere between there. And then we're going to wrap it up here. We do end up winning this war on a tie. They have 1 death that doesn't count, and my death to Heimdall was the tying death. So I'm super happy that my alliance mates were able to clutch out the rest of this war and bring home the win for us. Good luck to TCN on the rest of the season, and thank you very much for watching.